Okay, well, I had a dream last night, this morning. Woke up having had the dream, still finishing up the dream as I woke up this morning. Um, I was in this city. I was there as an observer. Well, I was actually in the city or standing outside the city looking in and seeing all this. But the city was under obvious judgment. It was being destroyed little by little. There were earthquakes hitting it, and so it would crack and shake, and pieces of building would fall off. And this was over a period of time. Storms are hitting it, floods are hitting it. So the sinkhole, you hear about sinkholes these days. The foundations of the city were sinking in. Lightning strike. I don't know if there was tornadoes or not. I imagine there was. I don't remember seeing specifically tornadoes, but I saw dark clouds, lightning strikes, storms in general, rain, earthquakes, and also like war and chaos in the street. Whether there was war, people from attacking from the outside, shooting missiles into the city, or whether it was people within the city battling each other, the army versus battling the public. I don't know. There was just war and chaos. So there was missile explosions, gunfire, crime, people killing one another, just chaos. And this was stuff that was all building up. It just was a gradual thing in this dream. This city was slowly getting worse and worse. And people were leaving. Some people were leaving, but it was very few. Some people, there was warning going out: get out of the city, get out of the city. It's going under or being judged, whatever they're saying. Reason is to get out, but the warning cry was going out: get out of the city. And so some people were leaving and getting out of the city. But most people were staying, even as things got worse and worse, and over multiple earthquakes, more pieces of the buildings falling down, falling apart, more cracks in the city. It's all becoming cracked up. It's being multiple, floods and storms just being flooded, and it's like sinking in, and war and chaos is also destroying it. And there's just utter chaos and fires everywhere, and and yet most people are staying in this as this city just gradually becomes destroyed. And so now I haven't sought and prayed about the interpretation of this. You could see multiple things. You could see the city represents New York. You could say it represents America. You could say it represents the world. But in these last days, this is what's happening to this world. That's what's happening to America. And when I woke up, I thought of Katrina. When people were warned to get out of the city, some people left. Probably, maybe a lot of people left. But a lot of people just stayed. And some people even stayed right in their own homes. A lot of people stayed right in their own homes. They were told to evacuate. But did they evacuate? Well, a lot of them just didn't know where to go, didn't know where to evacuate to. They'd lived there all their life, and they don't have any concept of where to go and how to get out and where they would go if they got out, because that's their home, and they don't have any other home, and they've never lived anywhere else, and they've never been anywhere. And some people's brains, they're just confined to their own environment. People that aren't explorers and adventurers and have never got out and explored the world and known how to connect with other people and places, they just kind of, And so in New Orleans, you had the major problem of people just staying home, and then just died in the flood. Other people's they crawled up on their roof and sat out on the roofs as the flood waters rose, but gobs of people died. And this is the same problem in this city, although it wasn't like a hurricane that happened at one time. It was the gradual destruction, and few got out. I don't know, it was 5%, 10%, 15%, I don't know. My guess maybe 10% of the people left, or 5 or 10%. I don't know. My guess probably around 10% got out. But most of those that weren't getting out as things were starting to get bad. You had some gradual leaving, but at one point it's just like more left. But most of the people that stayed after that, they stay through the destruction. And it wasn't totally destroyed yet when the dream ended, but you get the point. The people just stay. They don't know how to respond. The same way when a person hears the gospel, but they hear it up here, and there's no heart response. They don't know how, like the people in New Orleans didn't know where to go, know how to get out. Person doesn't know the Lord. They don't know how to get His guidance and where to go. And people that don't know how to don't respond to the gospel in faith, they hear it up here and it never gets here. They don't respond, and they're just there and they stay, and they're destroyed in the flood, And destroyed in the flood is this figure speaks from the days of Noah, but destroyed in all the destruction. And so anyway, the dream ended, woke up, and that was it basically. Destruction coming over the city, little by little, the different judgments destroying the city. And we know in the end, it just happens all in one day, just like many of the prophecies I've heard about destruction in America in one day. But that's the big major boom. But a lot of it has been just gradual. And the gradual depravity from within, too, tears up and destroys the city. As the sin grows and the chaos and crime and everything of the sin, the wickedness and evil grow and has its way. So anyway, so the city was being destroyed, and most of the people stayed. And I guess that's the. I'm not going to give an interpretation. You think about it. You can get several interpretations out of it. A lot of it's obvious. So anyway, thank you. Until next time.